Welcome to Climbing Together, the small business experience. I'm Beth Houtrow, founder of Climb the Small Business Book Club, and every episode I talk to a small business owner about a mistake that they've made and what they learned from the experience. Mistakes are inevitable, perfection's impossible, so let's embrace the mistake. And today we're so excited to welcome Shiquita Mann to the podcast. Shiquita, tell us a little bit about you and your business.
Well, my name is Shiquita. I am the owner-creator of Blossom Candle, which is a lifestyle brand where we create products to uplift the mind, body, and spirit. We intentionally make products for women to blossom unapologetically. So we currently have candles, bath teas, all those self-care things to really help women to become the best version of themselves.
That's amazing. And where are you located?
We're located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Nice. And are you online though? Can people find you?
Yes, we are online. We have an online website, which is blossomcandleco.com. And we have social media, which is also Blossom Candle Co. Awesome. Everything is the same. Website, just add.com.
Nice. And we'll share that in the podcast notes. So glad to have you here today.
Thanks for having me.
So we're here to talk about mistakes, right? That's what the podcast is all about. So tell me about a mistake that you made along the way and what you learned from it.
I think initially going into the business, one of my biggest mistakes I made was believing that people around me in my circle, family, friends, will support me. They will support me just because I'm starting a business, but I was totally wrong. It was strangers who supported me. And I mean, I did learn a lot from that, but then it still was something I had to take in and internalize myself to just be like, okay, let the people who's going to support you. So that was one of my biggest mistakes, expecting the people that I love to support me.
And when you talk about support, do you mean buying your products or like generally just supporting the idea of entrepreneurship?
Just in general, not just because it's not always about money.
Right.
It's more so about just giving me encouraging words. Yeah. Keep going. I'm proud of you. Congratulations. You know, those small things that really help entrepreneurs keep up the courage to keep going, because entrepreneurship can be really intimidating.
100%. And it can be really lonely, especially if you don't have a community of entrepreneurs, because people who aren't entrepreneurs don't get it. And I think one of the hard things is that we don't ever say to people who have jobs, right? Like, you're doing a great job at your job, right?
We never hear that.
So maybe your boss says that, right? But not your family. And so it doesn't even occur to them that you're doing something extra difficult, right? And you need, it's scary, right? Something scary. And so you need that motivation surrounding you, you know, that you can do this and you can make this happen. So.
And one thing about it, like, entrepreneurs may seem as if they have it all together and you're doing this, and people don't really take it into consideration. Like, I don't have it all together.
Yeah. 100%. Even the people, who are pretending or showing that they do, almost nobody has it all together. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Right. All right. Yeah. And it's such a valuable thing to learn that there are other places to go, right, for that support.
Absolutely.
And that there are people out there who get it, right, and can be your supporters. Very cool.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. And so talk to me about just some piece of advice that you would give to entrepreneurs as they're starting out or on the journey.
I will encourage entrepreneurs to take nothing personal and understand that business has no feelings. So with that being said, that any non-support you receive, you can't take it personal. Anything that happens in business that you just don't agree with, you have to understand that it's business. You have to separate your emotions and your feelings from business. If you do that, I think you'll be able to really stay focused.
Yeah. Well, we're reading this month in book club. It's called Rejection Proof. And it's all about this idea that when people are saying no to you, they're saying no to your idea and how it applies to them. They're not saying no to you. They're not rejecting you, right? It's not a personal thing. It's just the thing that you're suggesting doesn't work for them, and it's about them. And so, it's so important to remember that, because it can be really deflating when you take things personally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I love that advice. All right. Awesome. So at Climb the Small Business Book Club, we have two tenets. Two tenets. One is about learning and one is about community. So I know that you're a book reader. So tell me about a book that really helped inspire you along the way.
I believe what initially started my journey with even blossoming individually within myself was I read a book called The Power of Positive Thinking. And at that time when I started reading this book, that was right before I got into the candles. And I didn't realize how much thinking I had or was surrounded by, because it's not always just about you. It's about the environments that you're in as well. So it talks a lot about like speaking positive into your life and making sure you're in good environments that's going to produce good things coming out of you. So after I read that, it was really self-help for myself.
Well, as an entrepreneur, it's all about self, right? Especially when you're starting it out and you're on your own. There's no separation between the business and your wellness, right? The wellness of the business and your wellness.
Right.
And so
definitely. That's correct.
Yep. To move forward, we have no choice. We got to figure out how to make our personal lives and ourselves work. Yeah. Very definitely cool. All right. Well, I will check that book out. I haven't read that one, but I will check it out.
Oh, it's a good read.
Nice.
Very good read.
And then our last question is about community. And I know that you have found some of your community at the organization called BizStarts. They're a co-sponsor for this podcast today. So tell me about BizStarts. What did you get from it? What was your experience working there?
BizStart was actually, I had a good experience. I originally went to BizStart looking for a coach, and I met a great coach at the time. She's no longer there, but she was the initial kickoff with BizStart. And from that day, I've always been intrigued by what BizStart had to offer because she was so welcoming. She gave me information. She made me think about things outside of the circle or the box that I was thinking. And then I became a member of one of their programs for entrepreneurs. And the resources and things that I received from them were so excellent. I was able to network a lot, to meet new people, new entrepreneurs who were all struggling and dealing with the same things. Just being around like-minded individuals was such a good experience for me.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you are in Milwaukee and starting a small business, you got to go check out BizStarts. And if you're not in Milwaukee, probably your town has something to support small business owners. I always want to encourage people. They think there's nothing out there. There's quite a few resources.
There's definitely resources. And it's all about just really researching, because I don't recall how I ran or found out about BizStart, but literally maybe just Googling. Once I Googled that, met my coach, she led me to someone who helped me in my business currently today. So it's good. Just research. That's the biggest thing I can say. Please research.
Yeah, and ask for help. We don't have to do these things alone.
Be scared.
Yeah.
Don't be scared to ask for help.
Absolutely. Well, Shiquita, that's the podcast today. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. This podcast is brought to you by Climb the Small Business Book Club, where entrepreneurs go to learn, discuss, apply, and grow. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to subscribe at Apple, Spotify, or Google Podcasts, or follow us on Instagram at Climb Book Club. And always remember, mistakes are inevitable, perfection's impossible. So let's embrace the mistake.